Meatballs and polenta are like a warm hug from your grandmother. It's ultimate comfort food, for me personally. The world's your meatball. Well, it will be after I show you how to make delicious meatballs and polenta. Hi, I'm Amy Power, the owner of Fed and Frugal, a personal chef service in Lake Tahoe. I'm here to teach you that cooking delicious food doesn't have to be hard, time-consuming, or expensive. So let's get cooking while saving some dough. Meatballs were something that I used to make for a group of people before I even started my business. Before I even thought I had the ability to cook or knew what I was doing, I would have people over, my friends would bring over some wine, some cheese, and it was a really affordable way to eat a great meal together. Meatballs and polenta are like a warm hug from your grandmother. It's ultimate comfort food, for me personally. I want to show you how to get in the kitchen to save money by cooking your own food. What's so great about meatballs is if you actually make extra, all you have to do is throw them in the freezer. When I come home and I don't feel like I want to cook, I can easily just take them out and either make some polenta or some pasta. The world's your meatball. You can just do whatever. There's a link to this recipe in the description. Let's get cooking! I start by preheating my oven and chopping up whatever I'm going to need in advance. Time. Don't chop your fingers. I always like to cut up some extra onion when I'm chopping and store excess to use later in the week. This way you're saving time for your next meal. I start by sauteing the onion in olive oil. These will be used later when I'm making the meatball mixture. The full recipe can be found on millionstories.com. I want to show you guys a little life hack. So I started confiting my garlic. The reason why I like doing this is it saves me time in the kitchen. Add your garlic cloves into a pot, cover with oil, and simmer on low until fork tender, but not brown. I usually just put it in my cupboard with my spice rack, take a spoon and throw it in dishes. We're gonna make our polenta in the same thing because there's no need to just wash another pan. So I'm gonna add some chicken broth, but you can easily use water or veggie stock, anything you like. Polenta. Bring this up to a simmer and then just keep on stirring. I like to serve it with red sauce. You can just buy a jar sauce because I'm making life a little easier. And I'm burning it. Garlic oil into my pan. And then I'm gonna add some kale to do a quick saute on. And kale's super easy, all you have to look at this. Mascarpone to the polenta. So this is like rich, creamy goodness. Meal prep saves money because you can buy ingredients in advance, on sale, and in bulk. We have ground beef, pork, breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, parsley, our confit garlic, eggs, thyme, caramelized onions, and milk. And we're gonna assemble our meatballs. First things first, we're gonna put the milk and the breadcrumbs. Whisk these babies real quick. Pour my onions in. Season with salt and pepper. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Fresh thyme. I have a heavy hand when it comes to herbs. Add some of that garlic in. Kind of breaking up the meat. I need to go buy something, we got these. Breadcrumbs. Mix, mix, mix. It expands. So you're making dinner for like 8 to 12. So I'm thinking I want it like that. If you don't make them uniform, you make some big, some small, then they're all gonna cook at different temperatures. And if you can't even form balls, just put it in a pan and make some meatloaf. If you keep a well-stocked pantry, every meal becomes more cost-effective. These meatballs cost me about 75 cents a piece, way cheaper than eating at a restaurant. I'm gonna wash my hands. So you can get ground beef in bulk. We're fortunate where we have sales and specials, so I utilize that where I'll grab a bunch and put it in the freezer and take it out for a later time. You're investing your time in the meatballs, and then your reward is future meatballs. Through, they're nice and golden brown. We're just gonna toss them with a little bit of sauce and then we're gonna plate. And put some of these babies in the sauce. Plate. Good. I invited my friend Courtney over to have some tasty food.
This is great because it's a little bit of like familiar food, especially for the little kids. A little surprise kale in there.
Mm-hmm. I need to talk with food in my mouth.
How long can you freeze meatballs for? So if I make this dish,
I like 4 to 6 months.
okay.
Here. They're gonna get frostbite. It might taste like freezer. I wasn't even hungry, and I'm just eating.
It's the best thing about working with you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. This is delicious.
You're the best.